Thank you for staying with us. Now, across Africa, creativity is more than an art, it's an industry and an economy for many young people. It's also a lifeline of opportunity. But while the talent is here in abundance, the platforms, resources, and networks to help that talent thrive have often been out of reach. Maybe that's why we have Tikera Africa, which we understand launched with a bold vision to transform Africa's creative economy. Now, let's have a conversation this morning with a cultural anthropologist, founder Madhouse by Tikera, official photographer of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria between 2015 and 2023, Mr. Bayo Omoboriowo. He joins us from our Abuja studio. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here this morning.
I could ask you questions straight up about, your job as an official photographer to the president. How do you apply for that job? Let's start with that.
I think I always say the job found me. There was no application. There was just a journey that evolved and then found its destination at the presidential villa. And that journey was just the passion for creativity, the passion for photography, which started when I was in University of Lagos, where I remember squatting in the hostel, and I had nothing to live on. And I realized that, they said adversity is mother of invention. I realized there was this natural passion for photography that was inside of me. And that passion started coming out, So they said if there's no, if you seek passion, passion will come out, So the passion of the hunger had to allow passion to come out, And then I realized I started moving from, hostel to department photographing. And then I realized it was one thing that came natural to me. Without doing so much, I was able to experience and explore that natural tendency within me. And I was able to travel, journey through from University of Lagos to NYSC. And then from there, I started doing different things, working for different organizations, telling development stories. And at the point, I realized there was a gap in political narrative. We were not telling the story of our political leaders enough compared to what was happening in the developed world. I was always standing at newspaper stands, and I always see what other nations were portraying about their nation and what Nigeria was portraying about its leaders. And that was why I said, there's a gap in this place. And for me, I believe in solving problems. I believe in contributing to, development. I believe in Nigeria, and I believe that my photography and the craft I had could become the tool for that transformation. And that was how I moved from that point, started photographing political leaders, experimenting, and like they say in technology, I was piloting and doing my prototypes. And that led me into the presidential campaign of late President Muhammadu Buhari, which then led me to photographing him for 8 years.
Very quick one, please. We don't have to waste too much on it, but how was that experience for you? You have to focus on one particular principle. You had to travel all over the place with him. What was your experience like? If you can just summarize that in a few words.
I think it was life-transforming. It gave me access. It gave me a window to the world. It gave me a front row seat in national development, which is something I had always been passionate about, to see that my skill could actually earn me a seat at learning. So if you say what was my biggest benefit from working in the villa, is the knowledge I got, which no school can ever teach you.
Awesome. Now let's talk about this new passion. Is it new? Is it something that came after the 8-year experience, or it is something that's always been with you, Tikera?
I think it has always been a journey for me. It's a journey of my own becoming and a journey of how I transfer what I had carried within me over my life experience to other people. I believe life has been fair to me, giving me a platform of an accelerated journey, career journey. At 27, I was already, working with the president. I think I was the youngest or the second youngest person that was appointed with the president. And immediately I got to the villa, I felt there was a yearning from young Nigerians out there. We want this opportunity. We want the privilege. We want to tap into your knowledge. We want to share knowledge with you. We want you to transfer what you carry to us. And that was where Tikera Africa was born. Started as Unabashed Africa and then became Tikera Africa, where I started, especially when the president was sick in 2016. I started moving from state to state, training other people, transferring the knowledge of photography I owned to other people across Nigeria. And then even got to the point where we went outside of Nigeria because people were asking, we want to learn from you. We want to learn from you. And that was where Tikera Africa was born. Why? Because I believe knowledge transfer, reinventing education is one of the things that can help us accelerate in catching up with the rest of the world. We have so much value within us, but if we don't transfer this knowledge, if we don't share this knowledge, if we don't create platform, enabling environment, creatives will not thrive as they should. And we've seen it all around the world. It's time we bring it home, bring it to this place that people can actually become impacted.
Okay, this is quite ingenious. Now, help us understand. This is part of the creative economy, so to speak, in the country. How?
Very well so.
And you have chosen a particular path in this. What are your, first of all, talk to us about this whole becoming that you talked about. You said the launch is going to be launched on a particular day. Is it something that is yet to be launched or something that has already been launched?
So one of the things I've learned about life is stay silent until they say, tissue or mobile for bojeni. Then also the adage that says that, you ensure that everything is right before you put it out there. Tikera Africa started years ago, but immediately after I was serving in government, I could not do so much. I could only do very little with the little time and the opportunity I had. So I waited till I was out of government to then go full on. And what is it? Creative enterprise is the new oil. Creatives in Nigeria and in Africa have done so much around art for art's sake, art for passion. One of the two things that have succeeded is music and movie. But we have so many other elements, so many other components of creative industry that is yet to be explored, that we need to exploit to give us the future that we want. One of it is fashion. This is fashion, and a fashion piece I'm wearing from Tikera, a Nigerian brand. Using our culture, hinged on culture, this is raffia material. But guess what? The world is yearning for things like this. For us at Tikera Africa, we believe it's time for us to compete favorably with the rest of the world. But we can't compete for art's sake alone. It's time to compete art for economic sake. It's time for us to look at our numbers. Our numbers is our strength. How do we become the hub for creative production, not just creative creation? A lot of creatives in Nigeria and in Africa are creating out of passion, which is very good. But how do we now begin to create, to scale, to industrialize, to begin to earn, where creativity becomes a driver of socio-economic development, social impact, economics? Creative industry needs to begin to contribute to the GDP of Nigeria in a tangible and massive manner. Creative industry needs to put government on its toes to say, we are a huge contributor. And how do we want to do this? We want to raise creatives who are interested in scaling. It's time for us to think scale. How do we build industries out of creativity? How do we convert the knowledge that we carry, the potentials we carry? And at Tikera Africa, we say what? It's time to know more, it's time to do more, it's time to earn more. Where creative industry begins to create jobs, where creative industry begins to lift a lot of people out of poverty. And for us, we piloted that, we did all our test run, and on August 12th, we are launching to the world. And why are we launching? Because we've done the test run with Madhouse in Lagos. We built Madhouse in University of Lagos, where I started my career. Madhouse today is the first purpose-built creative incubator in Nigeria. And it has hosted world leaders, German Chancellor, Queen of Denmark, European Union, ECOWAS. Today we are working with African Union, we are working with GIZ, we are working in partnership with the Ministry of Art, Culture, Creative Industry and Tourism in Nigeria, and we are saying it's time to scale up. Everything we've done is a pilot. It's time to take over Nigeria, it's time to take over Africa, and position the creativity that we carry as a driver of socio-economic development. And on August 12th, we are going all out. unveiling our board of trustees, and we are also unveiling our programs that is going to take us to the destination we are looking forward to.
Do these platforms include the Creative Village, Madhouse by Tikera, Lens-based Incubator program, and Reimagining Hope Presidency?
Exactly. So what we've done now is we started with Madhouse in Lagos, which we've been running for about 1.5 years. It is one of the most impactful creative laboratory that Nigeria has ever created. Today, it has become a destination for all creatives. Creatives are being impacted. We are reinventing education there in Lagos. So right now, if you go to University of Lagos by the Lagoon front, you will find a beautifully constructed creative incubator, one of its kind in Nigeria. And the plan with that is that we are going to scale this to 6 states, one in each geopolitical zone across Nigeria. That's Madhouse. And Madhouse is purely a place where we are using education to prepare the minds of these young creatives. And one of our goals is to make sure that it is situated in a university or around a university because I started from a university. If I wasn't in University of Lagos or I didn't tap into the opportunity that University of Lagos and community gave me, and like I always say, university is the best place anybody can start because your colleagues, your classmates are your experiment ground. You can use them to learn. So we have put Madhouse in University of Lagos, and we're planning to put it across other universities in 6 geopolitical zones for a start. Now in Abuja, which is the central of Nigeria, we have started a new community called The Village. And The Village is another space where we are trying to bring, and the ideology behind The Village is leaving no one behind. Because we realize that most of our creativity and creative energy has been focused on Lagos and Abuja, Lagos and Abuja primarily, but most of the strength is in Lagos. But in Abuja, we want to put the center of creativity there where we can reach the northern part of the country and we can be able to ensure that we are building people, and we say leaving no one behind. Because we realize that a lot of people who make the numbers in Nigeria are actually down there. And we are seeing that if we empower this number, in their millions, we'll be doing a whole lot. So Tikera Africa right now is starting a whole community in Abuja, and that is part of what we'll be launching. And we're starting with women, because we believe that if we empower women, we'll empower a whole generation. So the program in Abuja is going to be women-led, and it's going to be starting with Weaving Futures. And what are we doing with Weaving Futures? It's time we take the art of weaving to another level. It's time we begin to export our weaving products. It's time we position these women to earn, and earn decently, so that they can raise decent family.
You know, when you talk about the weaving, it just reminded me of an image that I saw, and my heart was broken. You know, the bag that we called Ghana Must Go. I saw that same bag woven with all kinds of colors, you remember? And I saw that this bag just had one label. It was being carried by celebrities in the world. Just one label.
Yes.
I think it's the YSL or Gucci, one of these brands. Just put the label on it, and guess what? Everybody was carrying it like it was some fashion statement. And I was like, wait a minute. This is not your bag. This is Ghana Must Go.
Now you are there. Now you are there. And that is the real passion. I have traveled all around the world, and I've seen what the world is celebrating. And I know that Nigeria has no business with being poor. Nigeria has no business with being rated a developing country. We have so much potential, but the biggest challenge we have is we leave a lot of things as raw materials. It's time for us to begin to process. It's time for us to begin to produce at scale. It's time for us to position ourselves as a nation that really wants to empower its people. And I know efforts are being made left, right, and center. But guess what, like you said, the weaving. I've traveled so much that I've seen our raffia basket that we just buy 5,000 naira, very cheap on the road. And a lot of international people come to Nigeria and buy these things very cheap. How the world and celebrities are carrying it. So that's what we are doing with Weaving Futures, where a woman, a child of nobody, or a mother of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. That is Weaving Futures.
Okay.
Where the person you would have called an ordinary Nigerian can begin to earn because we are going to be collaborating with development organizations, we are collaborating with governments, we are collaborating with the international community, we are collaborating with big brands to say our people are valuable and the arts they create has potentials to take over the world.
You know, I could take you up on a number of other developmental issues, but let's stick with Tikera for now, because maybe some other time we'll talk about the developmental aspects of it. But there is something that is related I would like to bring to you now. Tikera Africa's Board of Trustees brings together leaders from different sectors. So how do you think this mix of expertise shape your strategies and outcomes in an environment where young people are very pessimistic about anything government?
I think for me, one of the things I've learned is that development can be true to what development should be. Impact can be true to what impact should be. And for us at Tikera Africa, we believe we really want to do this right. We really want to create impact that reverberates. We really want to create impact where the blind would see and the deaf will hear. That truly an organization has come and is doing its best to actually transform Nigerians, to transform Africans, to position Nigerians where they deserve to be. And what we've done is to select a board of trustees that can govern, lead, advise, help us to ensure that we stay true to our words. And that's why we've carefully selected a very diverse set of humans, which will be unveiled on Tuesday, to guide us, to advise us, to help us build a sustainable system. Because for us, we don't just want to be a flash in the pan where, oh, we've heard so much from different, development people with good intention. And very good intention at that. But probably the structure around what they were doing was not properly put together. And that's why I told you, we started Madhouse, for instance, 1.5 years ago. But we've not gone out because we were ensuring that we build system and structures that would ensure that whatever we do is sustainable. So what we've done up until now is to build the foundation. And now we're about to build on that foundation. And we are building something very big on it. We are building high skyscrapers on that foundation. But that foundation is hinged on the very good board of trustees that are going to govern, direct, and lead us in the way we should go.
Okay, so give us the details of the event, the venue, date, time, and maybe what people are to look forward to as well.
It's happening on August 12th in Abuja here. It's happening at 11 a.m. It's going to happen at the village, the community we are creating. We are going to be unveiling the program within Futures program. We are going to be bringing forward the women that we've impacted already through our pilots program. We are going to be presenting, our programs, the programmatic direction we have. We are going to be presenting our scorecard with the pilots we've done up until now. We're going to be presenting, of course, the board of trustees, unveiling the board of trustees, and also showing people what the creative industry should actually be looking at. And one of the things for us is Nigeria has huge potentials, but we want to be on the front row seat of polishing that potential and helping it come to life. Well, Tikera Africa is the future, and the future starts now.
Yeah, one thing that I'd like to challenge you with, and of course you talked about it being a hub and all, is that I've seen a number of movies made with phones, as in phones. There have been movies that are made with CCTV cameras, and you have a lens-based incubation program that offers $10,000 in seed funding. Tell us about that one. Maybe how have winners in the past used this support to grow their creative expertise?
I think the lens-based incubation program was one of the first programs we launched at Madhouse in Lagos. It was a 3-month program, which we selected participants from all around Nigeria and even beyond. We got applications from the United States. I didn't even know people were paying so much attention to us. And this is pilots, from United States, from Kenya, from Australia, from like everywhere all around the world. People were applying. And what did we want to do? We were trying to tell the world that the lens-based approach, which was my own foundation, I'm a lens-based practitioner as a photographer, so I wanted to start from that point. It's time for us to begin to think scale. Why should you just photograph? put it on Instagram, and you are waiting for likes and comments. How much is that going to earn you? Or the number of photographers that are on your followers on Instagram are the ones liking and commenting. How is that going to feed you or pay rent? So we wanted to change the mindset of creatives to say, this lens-based approach can actually become a driver of economic acceleration like you've never thought about before. So we brought all of these guys together. We screened. We had almost 1,000, I think we had over 300 people that we screened down till about 20. And then from there, we started doing trainings. We're inviting speakers. We're doing pitch deck, business model, business canvas. And then they came up with brilliant ideas. Some of them, there's a guy now that is producing photography equipment with locally sourced materials. And what he's trying to do is that we no longer need to bring in equipment from China, the US, or Japan. We can make those materials here.
I hope this is going to be one of your shows. My apologies. I hope, because I'm running out of time. I hope this is going to be one of your showpieces on that day, on Tuesday. Quick one, is your website tikera.org?
TikeraAfrica.org.
TikeraAfrica.org. Okay. Anyone
and
who
on
needs
Instagram as Tikera Africa as well.
Okay. So this is the website, I believe.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly
so there's going to be a lot of information for so many people on this website. So go to TikeraAfrica.org. You get more information there, particularly about this program coming up, the launch of Tikera Africa coming up on Tuesday this week. We have to thank you at this time for your time today, Mr. Bayo Omoboriowo, cultural anthropologist, founder, Madhouse by Tikera, an official photographer of the President of Nigeria between 2015 and 2023. I look forward to more conversations with you on this and a number of other issues in time to come. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much. I deeply appreciate it.
All right. Now, when we return, it's time for us to look at lifestyle. Stay with us.